We're Team Ruby, and this is our presentation on courses for critical thinking. I'm Carissa.
Thomas.
Miguel.
Brittany.
All right, we originally chose research 5 classes each to come together with a total of 20 great courses that we thought would work towards a good background in critical thinking and problem solving. We took all of our 20 classes, we each chose our top 2 to narrow it down to our top 8 courses. Of these courses, one of the first ones that we chose was Accounting 382, which is Accounting and Financial Analysis, which, as we all know, accounting is beneficial to all majors in any type of business setting. It gives you a background on how the business works financially, and so you know whether you're being profitable and you're not making bad decisions in what you're choosing to do. Also, we had Physics 101, which is an introductory course to physics. This was a good one, we thought, because the business students, we aren't required to take too many science courses. However, they're really helpful to be more well-rounded and truly understand how the world works around you in more than just the eyes of a business, but also in the way of the actual way the world works. Next it was Bio 201, Human Anatomy and Physiology. This is also, like we said, another business course that helps you be more well-rounded and not really how the world works, but how your body works and how things work in that way. It just kind of gives you another background of other things to know besides just the basics of business or you understand more about the world. Also, there was UNI 110, which is a critical reading course. This one's pretty self-explanatory. It's critical reading and thinking. However, this was only a 7-week course. It's a shorter course. It's not worth as many credits. So we didn't finalize this one as one of our top choices because it wasn't a long enough course to get enough information out of. Also, there was Management 394, which is Creativity and Innovation, which is still a business course, which was great because it's still geared towards business students, and when you're learning about creativity and innovation, it's geared towards the management side of that. But also it was kind of limiting your creativity and innovation because it was only talking about in the aspects of the business world. We also narrowed it down to a few more, such as Principles of Sound Reasoning, Economics of Healthcare, and International Management.
There was originally a picture there, but
I'll just make a note so you'll see it.
A few of the ways that we decided to narrow it down was we took a lot of the classes out because there was a lack of information. Either on the website there wasn't enough of a course description, it was just very brief, and it didn't give enough information to know that that was truly going to be a good course for the purpose that we were looking for. 2, there was a favorable response from the professors. Either they didn't respond or they responded and said that the course that we did choose wasn't quite for what we were looking for. It just didn't meet the right requirements or whatever it may be. As a team, we decided that, collectively that we went, oh, well, maybe this wouldn't be such a good course because, like the 7-week course is too short or different things like that. 4, we also listed our classes in order of rating personally for our each 5 classes. Took the top 2 and kind of narrowed it down that way as well. Finally, if we had testimonials that were either positive or negative, that was a major impact on our decision. If it was positive, obviously it was a good thing that we decided we should probably keep. If it was a negative testimonial, it was something that we knew we needed to get rid of. Now we're going to go into a little more detail of our top 3 courses that we decided to go with.
All right, so one of the first choices of our final 3 classes was Principles of Sound Reasoning, which is Philosophy 103 is the course number. Basically, the class description has to do with fallacies, validity, and soundness of arguments. And for anyone that doesn't know, fallacies are basically mistaken beliefs. So the course has to do with, basically, in a nutshell, evaluating arguments for their soundness of reasoning. It satisfies a general credit, humanities, and language, I think is what L is, language and humanities credit. So that's obviously a benefit for just general credits. And then a couple of things. For testimonials, we mentioned how testimonials came into play when deciding whether the class was good, and I went on ratemyprofessor.com because that's generally where a lot of students go to see kind of what the classes are like and what the professor's like. And this class was, actually, there were a lot of favorable reviews about the class itself as well as the professor. They said the professor was very knowledgeable, very helpful, and the course content was very interesting. So that's definitely something to consider if you want to take this class. Another thing was basically the reason why we chose this as one of the final 3 was that this class is solely centered around critical thinking and evaluating arguments, and that contributes directly to, obviously, critical thinking skills, which is what we were looking for. And then finally, another thing with critical thinking is that it enhances your ability to succeed in the business world, which is, the whole point of choosing these classes. And basically what this class will do through evaluating arguments and thinking critically about all the content of the class, you get a really well-rounded approach to evaluating arguments. So in a business world, this is going to come into play a lot because you won't be so one-sided, and you'll be able to consider all the different aspects of business, like marketing and and management and supply chain, as well as some other things maybe non-business related that will be able to help you succeed even more in your professional career. So that was our first choice.
All right, I chose the economics of healthcare. It, just a brief course description, it mostly applies to how to understand the healthcare system. It applies what we've learned so far in macro and microeconomics, and it gives students an understanding from a political and a cultural perspective. When I was searching for classes, I used the Wall Street article that you provided us at the very beginning, and it said that students didn't learn enough skills that would help them out in their career after they graduate through college. So I kind of used that as a rubric to search my classes, and I ended up going down to 2 classes, this one and then the accounting class. One thing I liked about the accounting class was that it went over taxes, and that's something that applies to what happens to them after they graduate, and they don't know enough about it, so I wanted to inform students more about that. One thing is, when I was at community college, was that a lot of business majors, they wanted to start their own business, and I'm sure some of you want to. Well, the first thing that you need to know is that when you start your own business, you become self-employed, which means you pay taxes 4 times a year. So I want to give them the importance of it. Unfortunately, it's mostly for accounting majors. You have to take it with a sequence of classes, and it really wasn't an option for other people who weren't accounting majors. You didn't have the prerequisites to take it. And I also did not receive any information from the instructor, and so it ended up coming down to this class. And I wanted to get more information on it, so I actually met up with the instructor at his office hours, and I realized this was just a great class to help out students. Going back to the article, it said that students do not learn critical thinking skills, problem-solving skills, and debate skills. He told me that they have a weekly debate over discussions on their homework, and it's based off what they learn in class, which applies critical thinking. And then they also have to write a long-term essay about what they would do in their minds to solve the healthcare problem. So that's what I liked about this class, is it hit all the areas, it applies all the skills that they need after they graduate. That's what I liked about it, and it helps them out after they graduate. Also, this class counts for it's an upper division class, so it does count for all business students. It's an option. I like it because it's very realistic for everyone to take if you're a business student. And if you want to know what the teacher's like, if you go to ratemyprofessor.com, the professor's name is Lawrence Mayer, spelled M-A-Y-E-R. And if you go on there, he's gotten a lot of good ratings. He's got 4.3 out of 5. And one of the students quoted, he's the best teacher I ever had, quote unquote. And if there's one professor you should take, it's this one at Arizona State. So I hope I convinced you to take this class, and I hope you consider looking into it.
All right, I'm now going to talk about international management. This course is designed to study and the concept and practice of multinational firms in the field of management for these companies. You will conceive, develop, and implement objectives, and it also focuses on knowledge and tools that amongst international managers, management when operating in different cultural, political, legal, and economic environments. One of my friends took this course, and the professor never got back to me, but I really liked the description because my friend sent me the syllabus. There's one textbook required, and then the rest of the class is through like electronic, like sort of like this class. It's a course packet, but it's all through Blackboard. This class also involves class discussions, case studies, presentations, guest speakers, and there is one paper which is the case study that you will choose. There is a minimum of 2.5 GPA to take this class, and it fulfills a global awareness credit. It is also you can use it towards your international business certificate if you are involved in that, and it counts as upper division elective as well. For the critical thinking and career development, you would word it in your resume as because you conduct numerous cost analysis sheets, quotations, and factoring duties. That's something you use in your career if you're involved in a company that works in an international environment. And then also since you conduct case studies in this class, you are grouped into classmates of maybe 5 students, where you each have to divide the work amongst the team to come up with how this like a company, an American company, would do in a foreign country like China as a way of foreign direct investment. There are also 2 main tests, a midterm and a final. So it's pretty much structured like any other business class, and that's pretty much it.
All right, and as you can see, we've given you many reasons why these 3 courses will be beneficial for you not only in your time here at ASU, but also in a professional career. So we urge you to take any of these 3 courses and improve your career.